let me bring in Mr. Kovai Sathyan as well. Mr. Kovai Sathyan as well. Okay. I'll come back to you because you have to respond because probably the AIADMK will have a few interesting aspects to mention too. Mr. Sathyan.
Yeah.
It's a blame game between national parties. BJP will blame Congress, Congress will blame BJP. That's what's happening. Despite of whoever is power in the center, Tamil Nadu has always been treated as children of the lesser god. 2019, the Stone Laying Foundation was there. It is the responsibility of the state to do the land acquisition and give it to the center. COVID stuck, we couldn't do much. Then the change of government took place. It's a 60:40 ratio. 40% of contribution has to come from the state with respect to finance. We initiated talks with the Japan while we were in power. MK Stalin went all the way to Japan. There were no such talks which took place regarding funding of AIIMS. MP Manikam Thakur was here. Which constituency it falls to? I want to ask him, but unfortunately he left the show. As an ally, responsible ally, no, Congress didn't question MK Stalin on why there were no talks on the fund sharing from Japanese government. He went all the way to Japan. So this blame game is what happening in the development projects of Tamil Nadu. Whether it is Congress or BJP or whoever it is. Now the person from Karnataka is crying that stepmotherly treatment to Kannadigas. You don't even release Kaveri water. There is a direction from the Supreme Court, and all your action are amounting to contempt. And you are taking a moral high ground, blaming the others, saying that your people are being deprived
I believe again we are debating on the topic.
Of whoever it is in the center, they always treat us as a step treatment. That's it. Children of the lesser god. That's how we are being treated. Whatever schemes, whatever we ask for, they take their own sweet time.
Okay, let's not get into the Kaveri debate. That's not the point of the discussion here. But another very important aspect, Mr. Sathyan, that I want to really bring into this debate is while, of course, Kerala demands for AIIMS, Tamil Nadu is talking about AIIMS, now Karnataka is saying the stepmotherly treatment. Are you providing enough medical facilities in the current institutions that are there? Are you, improving the infrastructure? Are you, really looking at the shortage of staff that there is, in most of these hospitals in the state of Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Kerala? Because just having AIIMS, will that in any way change the health infrastructure in any state is also a question that comes up. That's why we also have Dr. Satish on the panel here. Dr. Satish, how do you really look at, infrastructure in southern states? In terms of especially manpower and all of this, because on one hand you have to demand for AIIMS, on the other, are the states providing enough?
Hospital because of the impure
10 seconds, I'll take 10 seconds.
See, hold on. Let Dr. Satish come in as well. Let him speak on this.
There is no delay on the quality of treatment from AIIMS. That doesn't
Satish.
mean that AIIMS only can provide better health care. Tamil Nadu and Kerala already tops the list when it comes to healthcare.
Thanks for having me.
Precisely, Mr. Sathyan. Precisely the point.
We brought 11 medical colleges in one single year. 11 medical colleges in hospital.
Okay, precisely, Mr. Sathyan. That's the point. That's the point I'm trying to make.
So
I'll take your point forward. Let's let Dr. Satish come in.
Thank you so much for having me in the debate, and this is definitely a very healthy debate. So if our politicians are fighting for having more healthcare infrastructure into the state for their people, for their constituency, this is always should be encouraged. But from healthcare management point of view, one thing we need to identify is this comes out to what is center's contribution towards the tertiary care and what is state's contribution towards the tertiary care. So whenever the first AIIMS were actually thought about, it was thought about those states where the health indicators were not good. So this is a pride actually for the southern state because the southern state health indicator like Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka is far better than the northern state. That's why, the initial AIIMS were, instituted into those states where the tertiary care infrastructure was not very good. Now, what were the, central government funded, central government funded tertiary care infrastructure? So let's say take example of IIC or let's say Nimans. Or let's say take care of Sri Chitra Tirunal, or let's say take care of, Madras Medical College and everything. These institutes by their own reputation have come to National Institute of Importance. So central government now identifies there are several, institutes which are of national importance, which are directly funded from the central government, as well as the tertiary care are also funded from various aids and grants by central government. So if you have to make a, able debate, I think, Karnataka or Bangalore is not going to, benefit a lot from AIIMS because, there are AIIMS-like institutions in, let's say, Karnataka, like Nimans. or let's say, a Kerala is not going to benefit much out of a AIIMS, or a Tamil Nadu is also not going to benefit much out of AIIMS. Though I must admit that, if, Madurai has been started and it is not taking shape, both the state and the central government should be actually gearing up for that. But the real fight should be that, if my kitty of centrally funded tertiary care infrastructure is, let's say, X, I should be demanding X plus Y, not particularly, an AIIMS. So I don't see any particular benefit to have an AIIMS in either in a Bangalore or a Chennai or a, let's say, Kochi or a Trivandrum kind of a thing.